Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Hello and welcome back to this podcast. Now today I really want to talk about this. I've been seeing this question float around a lot inside our Facebook group. If you're not in there, feel free to add yourself in there. But it is the question of how much information should you be giving away, okay? And if you've been listening to this podcast, if you watched all the stuff that I've done, including the summit, my answer is this: give away everything you know, because we live today in this society. We live not in an information age. We're dying in information. There's so much information that people are trying to really look for the cream, look for the stuff that they can implement, look for the wow factor, look for things that really stand out from the crowd. Now, there are a couple of types of information, okay? And the first thing is, to answer that question, you need to be putting out your very best content. You need to be giving everything that you know. And the fear of not, and this comes back to that scarcity mindset versus that abundance mindset. That scarce person, if you're that scarce trainer, you're thinking, holy crap, I shouldn't be giving out this information because my clients pay for this information. And that's not necessarily true. Your clients are paying for their own accountability. They're paying to be handheld by you and to be coached by you. This information, your best information, should be put out. But that scarce trainer, and if you're that scarce trainer, you're thinking, should I be putting out my best content? You need to look at the best people that you follow in any industry, whether it's, your trainers like Charles Poliquin, whether it's internet marketing gurus like Frank Kern, whether it's Tony Robbins. And you need to really have a look at what's drawing you in to be attracted to follow them or to buy from them. Okay. And you need to have this level of self-awareness around you to figure out why you do things yourself. And then that's when you can really start to figure out how your clients will work, because people are very similar. They work in very similar behavioral patterns. Okay. And so you need to have a look at your top gurus and why you follow them. And chances are they've given you amazing information that's actually helped you. Okay. It's not about regurgitating information. Nobody wants to know about a study. And here's the thing, that's the best form of information you can get, because there are millions of dollars poured into a study. Okay. But people actually don't want to know about the study. They don't want to know about the 20 controlled trials with one placebo group and the other group, right? Because that's the boring stuff. And you really have to understand how people consume information, but more importantly, what causes people to take action. Because I can guarantee you this: if somebody takes action from your work and sees a result, they have a much greater chance from buying from you and becoming a client of yours. Okay. So in going back to that question, and this is such a big topic, these podcasts are really just the one thing for the day, but I really want to go back and hammer this home. You need to be putting out your best information there, but also on top of that, it's just not regurgitating information. It's positioning it in a way where people are going to take action from that. And this is the example I'm going to give to you. What makes the best pieces of information actionable is stories, okay? Now you go back and the best piece of information you can put out is a study or a report, right? That's the most expensive. That's theoretically the best. There was so much time, effort placed into that. The best is quite subjective, but most would argue that that's the best piece of information. The worst piece of information is probably bro science. And we know this. Like, have you ever been in the gym and your client's seen another girl transform and she's like, oh, what's your diet? Can I follow that to get that result? Now, she's just seen that her clients have transformed, another girl's transformed, and your client's gone, hold on a sec, I'm going to abandon you. I'm going to abandon what you've told me, and I'm going to ask that other girl who I've seen transform over the last 12 weeks, I'm going to ask her what her diet is, and I'm going to follow that. Okay. Even though she's paying you. So really, what the best source of information and what the best way to influence people are through stories. Okay. Because, your client was seeing in the gym she was seeing this girl rock up. She was seeing her get leaner, and she connected the dots that, wow, she must be doing something that your client isn't. They're both training at the gym. So she put two and two together that training wasn't it. It must be her diet. Okay. And this is how quick we come to conclusions as humans. Okay, we put 2 and 2 together. And so the best way to deliver information is not about delivering information anymore. And if you're not putting all your best stuff out there, you're already at a disadvantage. You're handicapped. Okay, because I know there are some trainers, and as this becomes more widespread, there are more trainers going to put more information out there, but it's not about putting information. Remember, the value is in the transformation. So if you can put information out there that transforms someone, you're going to win. If you put information out there that doesn't do anything, you're just adding more crap to the pile. Okay, so what I really want you to understand now, and this is a task that I want you to do today for this episode, is really have a look at the people, the influencers that impact you. Have a look at how you're moved and motivated and why you would want to buy it from someone, whether it's a course online, whether it's a guru or a expert that you've been following. What have they done to you in order for you to make them love and trust them more? Okay. And I bet it's not releasing the best studies. It's not giving you statistics. It's actually storytelling. It's actually about showing you their journey or their client's journey and really breaking down every bite-sized piece and chunk into actionable steps for you so that you can take action. Okay. Because they know that if they can break it down into a simple step and you do it and you get results, you're going to want more. And so you're going to disregard everything else. So remember this, guys, the value is in the transformation, not in the content. Okay. So to go back to the original question, you damn well should be putting out all your best information. Okay. But also secondly, it's not about the information that you put, because I see so many trainers put out content and not get traction. And the only thing missing is storytelling. Look, humans have been storytelling for, I don't know how long, since cavemen, right? We're writing stories on the walls. And that's how Jesus created a movement with Christianity. That's how the biggest influencers in the world have created movements with stories. Okay, because we as humans, we can relate, we can imagine, we can dream, we can hope. And ultimately, if we can feel as though someone else in our shoes have achieved it, we have a greater chance of achieving it ourselves. So the one biggest thing, yes, is go and release as much great information to your niche as possible, targeted. The second thing is then understanding how can you tell this in such a way where they can relate and take action. Because if they take action and they see results, you've got 100 times more of a chance of them buying from you and becoming a client and being loyal to you than that you do if you didn't get any results. Chances are they're going to hop off to somebody else and then they're going to go around and around. Okay, so this comes back, and if you really get this, it's a game changer, because a lot of trainers are really missing that 2 millimeter shift or that 2 degree shift. You're so close, but you need to do this one extra thing. You'll put out the content. And I know this because 99% of trainers are putting out the content, right? But they're putting it out in a way where they're kind of holding back and they're not giving their best. But secondly, they're putting it out there and they're just adding more content to another pile of crap, which doesn't really help anybody too. Okay. So you're going to win if you put out information. You've got a great ability to tell a story, a parable, share a client's success journey, break it down into what actually that client did from day to day. And here's the thing. Here's one little tip for you that if you want to win even more, you're really looking at trying to save your prospect time. Okay, because they value time. So how you can save your prospect time is dig up all the information for them and summarize it with the 80-20 rule by giving them this one tip that they need to do that I call knocks down the linchpin. Okay, and it's the one thing, like if somebody shifts their diet, that's going to be the linchpin, and they don't have to exercise. They don't have to do 100 other things because they shifted their diet. If somebody, does 10 minutes of exercise in the morning, that could be the linchpin. So you always need to be looking out for your prospects and giving them the linchpin, because honestly, I'm going to tell you this, nobody likes training 100 hours a week. Nobody likes eating clean. So how can you get them the result and make it as simple as possible? Okay. So just to sum that up, that's what I want to go through today. And I really hope you take away a lot, but go and do your homework. And your homework is to have a think about what influences you from these bigger experts. If you're listening to this podcast, if you love this stuff, you have to ask yourself why. Okay. And this is the shift that I've been able to make. I've moved away from this scarcity mindset, and I want to help as many personal trainers as possible authentically. And there's the difference between authentically and putting out stuff that's going to go, okay, well, I'm going to give you the strategy, but if you really want to know how to do it, you're going to have to be mentored under me. I'm not into that, okay? I want to give you as much strategies as possible and be on top of the mind so that when you actually do need the help, I'm obviously going to be the first person on your mind, on top of your mind, okay? Only because I've built that loyalty, I've built that trust, and I don't care how many clients or what I get from this. It's not a big deal to me. I've moved away from that. And that's what you need to be thinking about as well. You need to be thinking about, okay, how can you give so much value, genuine value, make the transformation, and then get your clients through unscathed, give them the 80-20. Okay, so go and think about who influenced you, why they influenced you, what they've been doing to influence you. Okay, because when you're genuine and authentic, all this flows. You don't actually have to think about it. If you have to think about it, you're probably not being genuine. So have a think about that, and I will see you on tomorrow's episode, or I believe tomorrow. Let's hope there's an episode that comes out. But I will be in LA in October. So if you are around LA and you want to catch up, hit me up on the Online Trainers Club group. We can hang, we can have coffee, we can map out some stuff. But go and have a fantastic day. I'm going to enjoy this miserable spring weather in Melbourne. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.